I produced Afamefuna. The other name
single-handedly produced. Let's get it right.
Yes,
or
single-handedly
co-producer.
produced Afamefuna. I've not been paid 1 naira on the project.
Why?
Well, I think we need to ask the executive producer, Alami Fajemirokun, for holding that, because we have an agreement actually.
Wait, a gentleman agreement or written
No,
agreement?
I have a written agreement for 15%.
Wait, you are saying that a producer of Afamefuna, the One Boy Story movie, has not earned a kobo
from the project?
from the project?
Not 1 naira officially from the project.
So why is this?
Okay, so we've had issues. We had some issues back and forth. We have an agreement. I got the agreement eventually. Even it was actually when after the movie has been produced.
Okay, so what does this agreement stipulate that you are to earn from the project?
So is the producer's agreement,
Okay,
which to earn 15% from profit.
15%
From
Profit.
That's the gross profit of the movie.
Yes, 15%. Yes.
Okay.
So what's the explanation from
Well,
the executive producer?
Well, we've written to them. My management have written to them for this, and we've still not gotten anything. We had another issue to address, which is still more of story rights.
Okay.
If there's going to be a sequel, the discussion came
they're
up.
going to extend.
If there's going to be a sequel,
story, yeah.
once because we created the story, you finance the story, the claim is theirs that I don't have a part in it if there's going to be a sequel. And why would I not have a part in it if I've created the movie? I co-wrote the movie. I've not been paid for story. Neither have I been paid for as a producer.
So why is this coming now? And I think this should be the first time I'm hearing. This is the first time you've granted an interview, or have you granted an interview to anybody before?
Okay, so you need to understand some of us are not social media inclined. Some of us don't.
I
really,
noticed your Instagram page. I noticed that.
So when I knew I was getting into movies, I knew a lot of things would put me out there. And the truth is, I tried to still
Manage
as low key as possible.
But of course, where we've gotten to, I think is good time to let people know what's up, because I know a lot of people are suffering this kind of thing, just like Mombasa has mentioned.
All right. So what's your next move right now? Because if we start talking about this, there's a lot to talk about this particular issue. But right now, what's your next step?
So my next step on Afamefuna or
your next step on Afamefuna?
What are you doing after this?
After this, because right now you produce a movie and 1 naira you've not seen. You will not just be looking at us and be speaking English.
And they're preparing for sequel.
We don't even know about that. We don't know about that.
No, but a lot of people have been saying that, but nobody will.
But let's get down to it. Of course, if we have opportunity, we will extend an invitation to maybe the other parties right here.
Name? Remind me her name.
And
that's the executive producer.
Yeah, that's executive.
Were you at any point friends?
Well, a younger brother used to be my best friend.
So
still my friend actually.
So the question now is, let's take this away from work. Do you think you offended her?
Well, the truth is, I can't claim to be a perfect person. So even if I've offended her, what does that have to do with my wages?
Well, so we really want to know.
Then there's more reason because I've delivered on it. Of course, the fears of will I deliver on it came up so many times.
It has made money.
Delivered for my first project.
Personally, I enjoyed the movie. I saw it and I love it. The storyline, I love it. I love the actors. Everything about Afamefuna, I love it. But then we are asking you, what's your next step right now?
So maybe I need to go kneel in front of a house to beg for my wages.
Or
maybe I need to call the elders or go to my village to report out to my village people.
Okay.
I really don't know right now, but I know something will be done.
But Mr. Alabi, you have a document. I mean, you have a written document.
Are you going to court?
Well, that's why the option of court is there.
Oh, okay.
So if she were here now, if she was sitting where I'm sitting, what would you say to her?
I will ask her, why is my money still held down? On Netflix, which was the major platform for the movie right now, I have my name there, even though it didn't come on the at the top as a producer. But so the executive producer has an edge of being the executive producer. They have their name ahead of my name as producers, where I actually can't still explain why they are producers. They have credit as producers because they are just executive producers. Then on platforms, people have been calling me, not saying my name, even some posts from Film One and all that. They don't see my name. There was a time somebody even sent some things to me from Film One. They had producers of the year.
Okay.
And they had people there. They had the executive producers as part of the producers of the year, without my name on it. But really,
well, we've heard stories before now, or maybe should I say, I've been part of some movie production that executive producer bought like the whole movie. He's in charge.
Okay, just like this. What I was just
Yes,
telling
he's in charge. Like he has paid for the whole story, for everybody that is working. They are working for him.
Yeah,
so in that case, he's now like the sole owner of the project.
Okay, like my case. I was contracted to do a movie. Not one, not two, not three.
Yeah.
So after producing the movie, the executive producer took everything, both the writer, the producer, and everything. Location manager, he took everything.
Yeah.
And that was an agreement between two of us.
And
he paid me off.
So
one
don't know is that the agreement you have with the executive producer?
So first of all, because it's done doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Because people do it doesn't make it right. So now, number one, nobody can ever do a film by themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody. Then the kind of engagement you have with the financier. So there's a role of the financier, there's a role of the creative.
Okay.
So in this case, which I can only speak about, is more of, okay, so I've known them for quite a while, and they wanted to be doing, so they started a company called Common Ninja. They wanted to be doing documentaries.
Who's they?
Laomi precisely.
Okay.
Laomi Faje Morocco.
Okay.
She wanted to be having documentaries put on YouTube, Facebook, have documentaries on twins, on few things. Then I started pitching, let's have a movie. Why don't you make a movie? You can go back to other things. I was pitching movie, then eventually the idea of Afamefuna came. We talked about it. So I involved a friend of mine, Larry Tyson. We pitched making a series on that topic.
Okay.
Then eventually, in the process of pitching the series, we realized that making a movie would actually yield more interest, better platform, better network, and all that. Then we switched to pitching for film, which was really accepted.
Yeah.
And that was how this Afamefuna was created, myself and Larry Tyson. Now, it was more of we were doing it together. We were not to be paid. We were meant to produce, do everything, produce. We even had a proof of concept to start with, just to prove to them that really we can actually do it. And because it was my first, there was more of, oh, can you do it? Can you not do it? Then I started with Larry Tyson, then we did the story with the help of the people I mentioned earlier. After that, we went into producing, which I did by myself. And the fear of, can buyer do it? Can he not do it? Okay, so you get money from profit if the movie makes sense, if it gets out. And I promised them, I told them from the onset, I said, what I'm going to do is I didn't do my research to just do regular movies. It has to be outstanding.
Okay. So there's this, and I believe maybe you might have heard it.
Okay.
The story Afamefuna, the one boy story, is more of like an Igbo story. You get. So I don't know. In fact, when we were discussing already before you came, we were like, a Yoruba guy created, produced this movie. Yeah. How? Have you heard any question like that?
Of course, even starting while we were starting and all that. I would be lying to you to tell you that I didn't have my fears when we were starting. But of course, you just need to do your research well, know what you're doing, and be sure of your craft.
Okay.
On a very lighter note, I used to have a girlfriend that was Igbo. And at the point she was pregnant for me, she took it out because she felt I wasn't financially buoyant enough. At that time, I was young, very young. And since then, because I've always loved this Igbo tribe, their tenacity, their hustling spirit. So it's just like be like a mafia, be gentle like highs, blah, 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 mixing everything together. From that time, I've always had them in my mind. So anything that has to do with Igbo people, I don't know, I carry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alabi, for finding out time to come here. Like you said, you are a shy person. You're not a media person, but
we'll try to reach out to her.
Yeah, of course. You made that time to be here. Thank you so much.